I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Now in my late 20s, creeping up on 30, um, I'm very like goal driven, and I have to have some. I feel like I have to have some purpose. Like I have to be, if I'm doing something, there has to be a purpose to it. Um, and I find satisfaction in, especially what I do now. Um, but prior to joining the military, especially when after I graduated high school, I had that down period of time where I was just, I mean, dude, I was hanging out on my dad's couch in North Carolina, and all my friends were going off to school, and literally I lived for the weekend. Like I would wake up and play video games and eat junk food and just be a lazy piece of shit. Leave a mess. My dad would come home from work, and I put that in quotations because he, worked at a driving range, so it was real strenuous on him.
Hey, work's work, man.
Hey, work's work. You're right. I mean, he still had to get up early and stuff. So, I mean, good for him. And there, I'd be laying on the damn laundry that I was supposed to put away, and really, my dad wanted me to do something with my life. Obviously, he also knew that I didn't really have any sort of direction, and he would joke, but he wasn't joking when he said, "You need to get your ass off my couch and go do something." He would joke, we'd laugh about it, and then we'd watch football or whatever we were doing. But I knew he was serious, and I had to take a look in a mirror one day and say, "What are you doing with your life?" Yeah. And that's what it took for me to take that leap. I mean, one night I looked at him. I said, "Hey, I'm going to the Recruiter in the morning. You want to go with me?" So I got to work. So okay, so I'll go by myself. Well, then I think at some point he went with me and he talked to the Recruiter or whatever, but I don't think it was the first trip. So I drove my ass to the Recruiter and sat down and talked with him. I'll never forget. He was that typical recruiter you hear about. Oh, speaking of recruiters, by the way, it is 11/11. So yes. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day, sir.
I appreciate it. Appreciate your service. This country appreciates your service. Don't ever forget it. All right. So anyways, as I was saying, he was the typical recruiter, drove a damn Camaro, Mr. Thank me for my service. But I ate that shit up. And he saw me walk in the door and he said, "Yeah, buddy, I got this sucker." And luckily I had some pretty influential people that I knew. So I was able to get, what I wanted. Now, did I necessarily fulfill that initial contract agreement? No, I didn't. But, I was able to at least enlist with the contract that I wanted to. It didn't necessarily mean that, hey, this is what you're going to be. It was, hey, you're set up to go down this pipeline if you can hack it, which I couldn't. So the military was really fulfilling, and I had a sense of purpose there, and I loved every minute of it. Even the times where I'm sitting there freaking picking weeds out of a bunch of rocks or sweeping a dirt motor pool. Like, I mean, looking back on it now, I'm like, dude, that was the shit. I got to run around the woods and blow shit up. That was fun. You know what I mean?